Welcome to Plushie Roulette, where I use dice and a wheel picker to decide what plushie and colors we will be using. As you can see, I have over 100 plushie options, so I have to use this wheel here to determine what plushie it will be. And it is going to be the Standing Dragon. Here's the color wheel. We need two main color options, main fabric and secondary or accent fabric. The wheel picks number 1 and number 2. So box number 1, I will pick this pretty gray. I've done a whole lot of black lately. And box number 2, I will choose this purple. I like this light one. And that'll be the accent piece. So back to the wheel for the wing color. And we get number 10. So 10 is one of my blues. And I'm going to pick this blue here for the wings. And then back to the wheel again for the embroidery thread color. And this will be for the eyes. And we got green. So I'm going to go for this green right here. And then to the wheel one more time to get a color for the horns and the spikes. And this time we got color number 5. And that's going to be yellow. It's the only color in this box, so that's the yellow we're going with. Now to put the embroidery arm onto the machine and let it calibrate itself. So here I am setting up for some embroidery. I always start with the face, so eyes are first. First put down the stabilizer and then the fabric. Get it nice and straight, make sure everything's going to fit. The plastic topper you see here is another stabilizer that is used for the fluffy fabric, like fur and minky. It helps keep the thread on top of the fabric so it doesn't sink down into the fabric pile, and it's also water soluble. Here it goes with the first eye. This is sped up really fast. This is the outside part of the eye, which is why it is a lighter shade of green rather than the one I picked earlier. The dark shade will be next. And here we go with the darker green, the one that you saw me pick out earlier. And this will be the main part of the eye here. The black that you see here is going to be the eyelash, and when it finishes that part, it will do the nostril as well. Now, since this style of plushie and most of my plushies are chibi, the white right here is the eye shine. And don't worry about that black connecting string. I will cut that off here in a second. Here are both eyes all done. Now that the eyes are done, time to take them off the hoop. Cut all the excess thread on both the front and back. And I will rip off both top and bottom stabilizers. I will save them to be used again, as I only use small parts or corners of them. Boom, eyes are all cut. Here are 4 different styles of horns. So here I will roll a D4 to pick. And the winner is 1, the curvy horn. And again, 4 styles of wings. And another D4 roll to pick. And the winner is 3, the swooping wings. There are only 2 back spikes, so the D4 roll will be even and odd. And it is even. So that will be spike number 2. Same for the nose spikes, and again, even. So spike number 2 again. Last dice roll. These are the side spikes. There's 4 of them, so another D4. And it is number 2, which is going to be the feathery side spikes. Okay, they're all written down, and here's all the dice roll options all together here. Here I am doing the embroidery on the horns, since this option had that. Rather than spin for color, I wanted a similar toned color, so I opted for this beautiful copper so that the horns look like they have jewels in them. Here they are all done. And here are all the dice roll options all cut out and ready for sewing. This is every single thing all cut and ready to be sewed together. Now the sewing starts. First is the darts on the head. This allows you to make a spherical shape to the head so that it's round and fluffy instead of flat. There is a large and small dart on each headpiece. The first side is now done, and on to the second side. So this is the nose spike that I'm sewing to one half of the front headpiece. And here is the front half of the head, mostly done, just needs the side spikes. So before this part, I did a bit of sewing on a TikTok live. So this part is most of the bottom body finished. It just needs to be sewn down the back from the neck to the tip of the tail. The wings and back spine are already on. So here I am just putting clips in to hold it all together and keep it lined up while I get ready to sew all the way down the back. Here is the actual sewing bit. You can see the bottom of the feet and claws already done and attached. Now the tricky part of sewing the back is going to be sewing through so many layers and not breaking a needle. There are 8 total layers at one point that have to be sewn together. So that is quite a bit. And here I am just getting all the way down to the very tip of the tail. And here I've flipped over to the other side, and what I'm doing now is a zigzag stitch on top of what I just sewed. This provides extra strength and security to the plush along one of the main seams. That way it'll help keep it from being broke, make sure the wings don't get pulled out or anything like that. So what I'm doing here, this is going to be a weighted pouch that will nest on the bottom of the belly in between the back legs. And here I am filling it with poly pellets. Sped up really fast because this does take a little time to get through the funnel. So for this part, just enjoy watching me struggle to turn the body inside out, especially at the very tip of the tail. And here is sort of what he will look like with the head. He just needs some stuffing first. So here I am stuffing the body. This is at 10 times speed because it does take that long. You always start at the back, so the tail, then the back legs. After I get those stuffed, I will put the weighted pouch in, get that settled in, and then I'll stuff the rest of the body, then the front legs, and then the chest and the neck. Here he is all stuffed and the head is attached. He is sewn on by hand. Here is the first horn. And here's the second horn. Both are attached by hand as well. He is now complete. First round of Plushie Roulette is a beautiful success. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And please like and subscribe for more Plushie Roulette fun.